Well, hi everyone, this is Christine Josty of Mail Something Pretty, and I want to show you these really darling snowman boxes. They're really super cute little treat boxes. This is actually a club project, so I'm showing club members who were not able to attend how to put their boxes together. So just follow along. All your pieces are cut and prepped for you, but I'll also explain, in case anyone else is watching, what I used, and so you can put them together as well. I saw this idea on someone else's, and I'm sorry I don't remember her name, her blog or Pinterest page or somewhere. I found it online, and I copied it pretty closely, although I did make a couple of adjustments, so I'll show you that. So here we go. For the club, all your pieces are really in the cellophane bag, but I'll explain what we're using. First, we are going to score the piece for the actual box part. So this is 3 by 6.5. So I'm just going to score it, because this one I didn't score yet. I did it backwards, but that's fine. I did it at a 1/2 inch. So half, 1.5, which I just did, 3.5, and 4.5. And then I'm going to flip it, and then I will score it at 1 inch. Okay. And then I am going to, so you're left with this little tab piece. So I'm just going to cut that right off. Okay, so we don't need that. And the rest of the bottom there, it is helpful if you kind of notch them. So for like these ones, the score line goes in the middle, so I just make like a little triangle. You could cut the notch and then do triangles, but this way it's one less cut. You're going to do that on all the bottom tabs, like that. Okay, and then you will just fold on all of the score lines. So this is a great base for a box to do a whole bunch of things. I'll point out what I think some cute ideas of this same box could be. All right, and then we are just going to put that together. I'm going to use my glue. I'm just going to put a little glue on that little tab. And here's a little trick. If you fold that over, so there's my glue, and then you fold that over, it fits perfectly, right? Because we scored it and everything, but nice and flat. So you know when you open it up, you're going to have 4 right angled corners rather than kind of manipulating it to kind of fit together. I find that that works out really well. So then I'm going to put my little tabs closed. You can put glue on both of these or just on the outside one here. Close that. And then if you turn it right back up and you put your glue in here to kind of press, that helps seal the glue. So that is the base of the box. That you could use this kind of base for lots of things. I was thinking, so we did a snowman, but if you use these same ovals, if you imagine, you could do turkey feathers, so you can make cute little turkey boxes. Or again, if you use the same oval, you could do 2 rabbit ears instead of the snowman hat. What else? You could make like a pig. You could, lots and lots of ideas. So, and that's even just with the oval. You could do a circle, you could do a square, you could do all sorts of things. So, okay. So now we need our little goodies here. So I'm going to tell you something funny, and maybe you'll laugh. I thought it was funny. When I was cutting all of these, I was attending virtually the Stampin' Up's on stage event that was last weekend. And for the opening, the opening of the event, they had like a recognition, but before that they did like a little private concert, and it was Pat Benatar, which was awesome. And so I'm listening to her and I'm cutting all these pieces, and then for all the 3 projects for the club, and it turns out this goes to a different project. It's actually extra, so you don't need it. And then I did something else kind of funky. So anyways, you have some extra pieces in your club kits that you might not need. I'm just going to put tiny little dabs of glue on the back of that poinsettia flower, and then I'm going to put it just on top of the yellow, just to give it a little color, and I'm just going to let that dry. This flower in these two eyeballs, and actually when I was cutting I lost the die twice for these little eyeballs. They just went flying across the room because it's tiny. They are part of the arranger wreath stamps, well, not stamp set, but the dies that go with the stamp set. Just so you know where I got them from, it's one of the most versatile stamp sets and dies I think there is, and just wanted to point that out to you because you can use it really for all seasons. And then obviously your flower, you can turn it into a little daisy or a sunflower or any other colors. The other thing, I'll do it for your packet so yours will be done, but I didn't score these. So I'm going to take the oval and I'm just going to score at a 1/2 inch so that it will get folded. So that's kind of what we'll use to glue down to the box. I just forgot to do them, but I will fix yours for the club so yours will be done. Okay. So now I'm just going to put some glue on the bottom of that. And then just like a little, see? And then I'm going to stick it to the bottom of the box. So the little snowman box that I first saw, she used regular ovals from the Layering Ovals dies, the largest one, which is a little bit bigger than this one. And so you didn't see those two little corners. But I used the ovals from these stitched layering dies, I think that's what they're called, because I like the stitching on here. I just thought it gave a little bit something extra for the snowman. So you can see, like, you can barely see it, but there's a little bit peeking out. But I thought the stitching was worth it. All right, so you can use either one if you're replicating these yourself, if you only have one of the oval sets. Okay, so our box is coming to shape, and then here we go. Kind of pat that down again for the bottom of those two little labels. Then I made, again, I used the same stitch layers that I cut the oval from to do the squares, and so these are actually two dies. I think it's the two smallest squares. So the smallest square was in cut that whole square out, and then the next square cut that frame, but I cut them at the same time. I just layered them together and put them through the machine, and they cut at the same time, these frames. So when you put them on, just pay attention to your stitching, because there is a right side and a wrong side. For the handle, the square, you want to put just a little glue on the right side, because you're going to glue it, just going to put it in where the top of that box is. It just sits right on top. Like that, and so the stitching is facing outwards. And we'll do the same thing on the other side. I just think these boxes are so cute. You can turn it, you can use a circle and make a Santa. You could turn this, oh, I just thought of it, into a penguin. There's lots of things you can do with this the foundation of the box. I'm just going to put a little glue here on my rectangle, and that came from these stitched rectangles dies. But if you don't have them, you can certainly just cut a rectangle with your paper trimmer. I think it would be more important to get that the square piece than the rectangle piece. Okay, so there we go. And this glue dries pretty quickly. Enough time to move things around, but quickly enough that you don't have to hold it too long. All right, and so let's see, which side do I want my front to be? I think I want that side. So the one that I copied from, she had holly here, and I had a holly stamp, but it was too big. So that's why I thought of the poinsettia flower, which actually I really like it. And then these eyes, let's see. I'm just gonna use my tweezers. I think I don't have my take your pick tool up here. I have to buy two just to have one up here. Tiny little dab of glue. One eye. And actually, I'm wondering, I probably should have put snows on first, but that's all right. 2eye, little snowman's coming together. And then for the nose, I just cut it out. I just free-handed it, nose, just a little triangle out of pumpkin pie. So you can have, I'm trying to decide, I have my noses in different directions, so you can decide whichever way you like your nose. I think I'll go on. And then when you put it down, just make sure the tip of the nose doesn't go too low so that it's in way of the scarf. All right, and so we're almost done. Just grabbing some glue dots because it does help a little bit put the scarf on. So I'm going to put, depends, this red ribbon, I didn't really need a glue dot, but with this Mossy Meadow and Old Olive striped, I needed the glue dot. So I'm going to put just a glue dot here and one on the opposite. And so I'm not going to measure here, but I think it was 11 inches. It works out pretty good. So just sticking that on here and there. Oop, I have glue on my fingers, so my fingers are sticking to the ribbon. And actually, you can decide if you like, one side's more white, one side's more green. Okay, and then you just tie a knot or a double knot, just like a scarf, so it's kind of over on the side rather than in the middle. Usually we put things in the middle of the projects. It's hard when you have sticky fingers from glue. All right, so now I'm just going to kind of have those tails go on the side. And then for a scarf, a lot of times I do ribbon on an angle, but for scarf sometimes aren't they just flat? So I'm going to card it flat. And there you go. Super, super cute little box. So this size, actually a gift card would fit inside, tea bags would fit inside, candy would fit inside, little treats, jewelry. You know, you can actually, even though it looks little, you can actually fit quite a lot of little things in there. So there is your cute little snowman box. Thank you very much for watching. Be sure to check out my blog at mailsomethingpretty.com and sign up for my mailing list for even more ideas. Have a great day. Bye-bye.